Watercooler. Watercooler. Watercooler.
Bam.
Hello and welcome to Watercooler, episode number 69 plus 69 plus 69 plus 9 plus 6 plus 9 plus 6 plus 9. I think that's what it was. I did this a couple days ago and
Plus one,
Plus 1?
right?
No, because we did a Patreon episode, so that actually doesn't count. The Patreon episodes don't go into our official numbering system. They're on their own numbering system.
But we did that official numbering system on the last Monday episode, right? So wouldn't this have to be plus one?
Yeah, exactly.
No, we did it on the Patreon
If you did it on the
episode.
Patreon episode, it should have been
mentioned
4 or 5.
No, it was 69 minus 7.
Okay,
yeah, you
people,
did.
let's do a
There
you go.
podcast.
All
So hello, new listeners. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Great show.
We appreciate you sticking it out with us this far. My name's Chris Laxamana, and this is the show where I hang out with my cruel digital buds, drink some brews or some teenies or some claw, and kick it Philly style. With me today, Mike Dawson's here.
Yeah, what's up? I'm here. How are you?
What are you drinking, Mike?
I'm drinking a claw.
Ooh, watch yourself. It's the claw.
He sure is. Matt Fondiler's here.
Hey, brother.
Hey, brother, you got a claw too?
Yes, I do.
All right. Gary Smith's here.
What's up? What's up? Dawson, check this out. I am drinking, by the way, a vodka soda.
Gary's.
And for the listeners, that was an awful pod, and I'm very aware of it. But I was talking to the guys before we started, and I was saying, call me childish, but I am here for every video of usually fat white dudes walking up to a public address phone at a Target or another big box store and farting into it so it echoes throughout the fucking warehouse. That shit gets me every time, and I will sit there and watch it on loop, usually for about 20 or 30 plays before I move on with my day.
That
brilliant.
That one had some long verb, nice decay time,
Yeah.
Dawson.
Oh, yeah.
Some slapback.
The RT0 was like, I'd say like 12 milliseconds.
And I'll be
Yeah, it
honest,
was-
Really nice.
this one's good. I put this one about a 7.
Yes.
There are real artists out there.
I couldn't agree more. And as I said before, when you were telling us the story, farts are always funny.
They
Yep.
really are.
They are. They really are. And big news, guys. The return of Caelan Biehn. Caelan's back.
What's going on?
Caelan, what's going on?
Yeah.
Well, if you look at my notes, I have 2 words on my notes, and it's the Caelan ketchup.
Looks like Catacup.
It does. Well,
Looks
Caelan
like
ketchup.
K-Cup.
Look, Caelan's been gone for the last few weeks. We didn't want to break any news or tell everybody why he was gone. So it was actually just a huge mystery, Caelan, of why you were not on the program.
Yeah.
Did you
And-
get arrested?
Maybe.
Yeah. So to find out, we're going to play 20 questions.
That was my first one.
Yeah, that counts
All
as
right.
one. No, Caelan, a lot's been going on with you. You're
Yeah.
finally back. We missed you.
Missed you guys.
I guess we should just start it off with the Caelan catch-up
Okay.
and let everybody know, where have you been? What's been going on?
I have just kind of been hanging out, watching a lot of basketball, just really staying home, relaxing.
Yeah.
I found
That's it.
I
Some
found a new
bubble ball?
Italian deli that I really like a lot. I was telling Chris about.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and because I had another child. So
Tell me more about this Italian deli.
Yeah.
Oh,
here's-
seriously.
it is really, really good.
What's your go-to order?
It's just the Italian cold cut.
The standard
Classic.
sub.
Yeah,
Standard
yeah.
sub.
The first one I got, I asked Chris because it's in where he grew up, that area. I go, yo, you gotta check this place out. He goes, never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
I go, best
Dang.
Italian
I wasn't
cold
a
cut
big-
I ever had. He goes, no, it wasn't. I go, yeah.
That's
Nice.
incredible news. New Italian place
Yeah.
for you to check out.
What kind of
Best
meats
news I
are
heard all day.
what meats are on a cold cut?
It's a good question. I couldn't properly.
It's
answer.
just a
It's
hodgepodge.
usually a little more. They vary from place to place, but there's a little prosciutto, maybe some mortadella, a little salami, sometimes ham.
Capicola.
The
Gabagool.
capicola, and it's any or all of those, and then a what's the damn provolone,
Provolone.
Usually, yeah.
and then a mixture of vinegar and
Yeah.
Yeah, they got
Italian
the-
dressing.
And
The
it's a cold
pepperoni.
sandwich. They don't
Yeah.
even heat the bread, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll toast it. Sometimes, but not always.
Damn, that sounds pretty good, Caelan.
It's really good.
All right, well, moving on. No, Caelan, you had another child. What can you tell us? What?
Flickable.
Yeah, we got to put her on the bean scale, or him.
Yeah, you know what? I figured you were gonna ask me this, and as you guys know, my first child didn't quite make it to a 10,
9.1.
9.0, but yeah.
I thought it was 9.1.
I think it was 9.1.
Was
It
it
was
9.1?
9.1.
It was 9.1.
Yeah.
All right, 9.1.
Wow, it was really teetering.
This is some
Wow,
revisionist history.
He's trying to take her down a notch, literally.
Even worse than he remembers.
And this new baby is the same as the other one was at this age, in which she just kind of lays there and cries and
Yeah.
poops, and it's honestly kind of boring. So I again couldn't give her the full 10 points. So
It's a harsh scale.
I will have to go with the 9.1 again.
Wow,
Wow.
9.1. That
That's
was
a cop
smart.
out.
Well, no, but it's smart. He's playing the long game because there's a few episodes of Watercooler his daughters will eventually want to listen to, and this is going to be one of them, and he can't rate them differently, or that's going to cause problems in the
I
future.
see.
Makes
Gotcha.
sense.
Is that
Which is
that
why
what
I'm
you-
very happy that you corrected me on the proper score for
He has,
my
he, has,
She may have gotten a 0.1 lower.
he has equal amounts of disdain for both of his children.
Yeah, Caelan, do you think about that? That your kids,
Yes.
this is an archive of your history of your life,
Yeah, no,
and they're gonna listen to these shows, wondering what was my dad like at this age? What was my dad like?
How come we've never met Uncle Insomniac?
And you do think about that?
a little bit, yeah.
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 So are you
I
watching
do think
what you
about it,
say?
yes, but not often. No, it's not always in the back of my head, but I guess sometimes I think about it.
Are
Specifically
you going to
today.
warn them about the things that we say? Because
No,
if I
no,
recall,
that's
we've revealed some personal stories on the show over the years.
Yeah. They'll find it one day.
All right.
Yeah.
They'll be old enough. By the time they find it, I have a feeling they'll be old enough to understand everything.
Well, Caelan, I'd like you to use this platform as a way to reach out. Is there anything you'd like to say to your future daughters as they listen to this particular
Future daughters,
podcast?
are you having more kids?
I mean, your
No
daughters
more.
in the future.
No
Excuse
more.
me.
You know,
Yeah,
just,
seriously, dude.
Your
If
daughters
you
of
need
the
to borrow a
future.
Netflix password or something, you got to chill after this.
Just keep doing what you're doing. Yeah, keep
Yeah.
on keeping on.
Keep crying, keep eating, keep pooping.
Whatever you're doing, just keep doing it well, and there you go.
Well, that's great.
That's some fatherly
He's got a few
advice
years
right
to
there.
I
work
don't
on
know,
the
what that's going to be
inspiring
like.
I know, I
speeches.
put you
Figured
on the
I'd leave
spot.
it vague. Just
Okay.
unless you're doing really bad things, then don't keep doing that.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
That's sage advice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm so happy for you, Caelan, and
you.
congratulations on the new Italian deli.
Yeah.
Mm.
That was very
That's exciting.
What
Very exciting.
could you put that cold cut on the bean scale,
Rate that
please?
Cold cut.
In terms of cold cuts, it's I gotta give it like a 9.7.
That's a
No,
damn good
they-
sandwich,
It's a damn
dude.
good cold cut.
The great thing about the Italian deli is each one has their own signature sandwich.
Right.
They're
Good
all
ones.
relatively the same, but they vary in degrees. Like some are just, everyone is awesome.
I didn't
but
get
some
it
are
yet.
just
I
spectacular.
wanted to try it, but their specialty is the it's called the Chicago beef.
No, the Italian
The
beef.
Italian beef, yes.
They sell an Italian beef.
That's their specialty one that I haven't tried.
Are we
yet.
going?
We got to do this
should.
sandwich thing, Matt. We got to do it.
All right.
That's Dawson.
great.
That's one of Dawson's favorite sandwiches.
I know.
That
yeah.
sandwich will
It's
change your
super
life.
old
But I'll
school
tell you
deli.
that-
The dude, they're from like Boston.
The
been around
standard
for, like,
Italian
40
sub,
years,
though.
Make all their stuff. Owner was really nice too. So
They know you there now.
no, they're starting to.
'Cause tell me
they're
about-
starting to know Michael, but that's yeah.
That's your code name. How many times have you been there?
I went there 5 days in a row.
Nice.
I went there for dinner.
That's on the low end for Caelan and his food obsession.
Well, here's the thing. I went there for dinner, and there was like a line out the door. And as people were ordering, they were like, "We're out of this. We're out of that. We're out of that." They were sold out of pretty much everything by the end of the day. This was like
great sign.
8:30, and I was so frustrated. I was like, "Fuck it, I'm getting out of here." And then I was like, "Oh, you know what? This place is probably really good. I'm coming back tomorrow for lunch," which is when I got the cold cut, and then went there the next 4 days
Nice.
after that.
Hook, line, and sinker.
And then I
right
had to
to
like, go
Mike's.
on a small diet. So
There's a
I had to
place.
stop eating all those sandwiches.
There's a place out in Pasadena that recently got written up in the LA Times about their Italian cold cut sub.
Yeah.
And apparently, so we got to send somebody out there to get them. But they make 3,000 to 5,000 of these sandwiches a fucking day.
Wow.
They're just fucking moving sandwiches.
All
Crazy.
all the sandwich talk, the cold cut, and it just we should do like some sort of competition for the best sandwich sometime.
Oh boy, here we go.
I don't know.
We are doing it. It's on.
All right, we're going to have to announce this then.
No,
No, we'll do it during sweeps, bro.
Yeah,
Let's
this
do
is
it
just-
during sweeps.
Just baby steps, baby steps. Look,
I've got a name. The battle for second.
the sandwiches has been named best food,
Yes.
and maybe we dive a little deeper.
We're talking about maybe a perchance a sequel.
A little sequel / spinoff of
Oh,
the
boy,
Practically
I'm
Starving
so excited.
Semicircle, the
Yeah.
PSSC.
We're not announcing it, so
We're not announcing
everyone's looking at me with those puppy dog eyes. We'll figure it out.
It's a little teaser. Variety just wrote a rumor about it, but
Yes.
yeah,
Blind item.
blind item, but nothing is confirmed yet. Now,
The Hollywood Reporter was all over it.
yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I think they
it's a
jumped the
picture of
gun.
it's a picture of all four of us. I mean, all five of us. I'm looking at four guys. I don't even include myself. And it's just that big white text or black text over the white, and it just says rumor :
Rumor. Yep.
spinoff to
Yeah.
Practically Starving Semicircle might have just
Yeah.
been picked up. Produced by Matt Fondiler. But we don't know.
Optioned, yeah.
Options
We
by
don't
Shay
know. We don't know.
Fondiler.
We'll see.
All the talent agreements have not been signed yet. Negotiations are still being had.
Yeah.
Still a lot of talk from the lasagna camp.
Oh yeah.
They're in fact boycotting the show.
Yeah, they are.
Chef Boyardiing the show. That didn't quite work.
I love it.
It was worth the shot. I liked it.
Yeah, a lot of controversy behind it, but as we said, it's a rumor, so
Yeah.
we don't know for sure. But I am looking forward to whatever happens.
But hey, good news or bad news, I do have another Chiffon delay.
That's great news.
Unrelated.
That is great news. We'll get to that in a moment.
All
I'm
right.
finishing up my Caelan catch up because Caelan, because he has a new daughter, his family's getting
Yeah.
bigger, and unfortunately something sad has to happen, and that is his dog
Ringo, yeah.
Ringo. He's trying to find a new home for him, right?
Yeah, I have to find a new home for him.
He has to
No
find a new
luck
home
still.
for him.
I have found luck in someone watching him until I find a permanent home for him.
Good.
But yeah, I've asked everybody I know and had everybody I know ask everybody they know.
You did not ask me.
Yeah, nor did you ask me.
Yeah, well, I just generally. Kind
Everybody I know.
2/5 of his podcast.
But yeah, nobody. Dawson actually offered, but it was a little much having 3 dogs.
Yeah,
You know,
I tried.
Understandably, he tried. Which
tried.
I appreciate.
Dawson
did it
has
for a
only
week.
Only has urine for 2 dogs.
But I'll tell you, if anyone is interested, by the way, my guitar player Kevin was over that day you came back to get Ringo. And he keeps asking me, like every week, did Ringo find a home yet? Because he
Yeah.
says he's got people.
And the thing is, I am like picky about who he goes to.
Absolutely, as you should be.
I'd like him to have a yard and people that will probably be able to take care of him, which is why I'm
Right.
not just like throwing it out on Craigslist and whatever. So luckily I have found an in the meantime plan. He's going to go somewhere I think he'll enjoy until he can find a permanent resident.
Well, Ringo is the sweetest
Yes.
and easiest dog in the fucking world.
He's an amazing dog. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the shit.
We all
I love
we
that
all love
dog.
Ringo. Caelan would sneak him into the studio sometimes, and I love just opening that door and having Ringo come greet me. And then whenever I'd go to Caelan's house or visit his wonderful daughter, now his first daughter, the first 9.1, Ringo would be there, and he was so sweet.
Yeah, it wasn't until she got a bit older. He's not well with toddlers.
Yeah. That's the
Little
only
kids
reason.
that are going to
Panera.
pull his tail.
Because you
or-
think it's what your little brother did to him.
Yes.
That's the only reason that
yes.
I wouldn't have taken him. I wouldn't have been able to take him in.
I knew
But
you
I lived with Caelan when he got Ringo, so I was able to imprint on that dog hard. So
Oh,
every
yeah,
time
yeah.
he sees me, he reacts. There's nothing better than
Yeah.
a dog that knows you from when they're young.
Speaking of urine, it is the ultimate compliment when a dog sees you and just starts peeing.
Yeah.
They're so excited they can't even control their
Yeah.
bladder.
I think that goes for all animals, including humans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Then I'm pretty bummed out that nobody's really that excited to see me because I see Matt every morning and not 1 ounce of urine
drip.
down his shorts.
Nope.
What the heck, man? Well, anyway, Caelan, the reason I bring this up is because you've been looking for a home for Ringo for quite some time. And we haven't
Yeah.
mentioned it on this
First-
show yet.
Yeah, first quietly and then
Quiet- yeah, 'cause
I
you
kinda
wanted-
started small and went bigger and bigger with
Yeah.
it.
What Caelan did is he started small. Let's find people that I have direct contact with, and if I can't, which that's a very hard task to accomplish anyway, I'll go on the pod and ask our loyal listeners if they could take the dog or if they know anybody. And I was expecting Caelan to do that on this show, and he hasn't. But I did find out that he did do it on For Crying Out Loud, the other podcast that he's on. And this is where I take offense, Caelan. This is a show that we have multiple times announced that we are pro puppy. The Bobo Boys. Bark is our call sign. Like it's,
Yeah.
and yet you have not. I had to force you to mention this on the show. Is there something about our audience that is unflickable to you?
No, there isn't. But
No, it's
I've
because
been
he's taking
wanting
a serious interest in this.
the thing about
What
the
about
For
this
Crying
show
Out Loud
isn't
show.
serious, Dawson?
Yeah, but For Crying Out Loud is serious.
How dare you?
They don't even call him Caelan on that show.
They don't rank anything.
The thing about the For Crying Out Loud audience is they have a very tight knit and active Facebook group
Oh,
where they all talk and
You want to make sure your dog's owner is active in the Facebook
Yes,
community.
they were
It's
very
important.
active there and they could talk and it was very communicative. They communicate a
you were-
lot
you were
between
right the first time.
everybody. So
Just
that's
make up words.
That's why, I thought I
it's
was
cool.
honestly with that one. Which is kind of how the one person got found. But it was easy to monitor and it was easy to look over. Whereas, I mean, if you have any questions for me, then you just have to tweet Dawson for them.
I have a question for you. How dare you?
No, in this case, absolutely tweet me at Los Angeles
Yes.
if you're interested in Ringo.
Yeah.
Or me, if you'd like. We'll all get it together.
Fucking love that
but
dog.
ideally, Southern California, where you
Southern
Caelan be able to
California.
visit him and still be.
So basically, if you want to become friends with Caelan,
Yeah, Sour Shoes. Did you reach out to?
Gamer buddies.
Did you reach out to Cal Herder 920 and what were their names?
TP Bandit.
What are their names
Cow
again?
herder, TP
T-Cow.
T-Cow.
TP Bandit's Matt's name.
Unfortunately, T-Cow lives out of state, so he wasn't anymore. But I didn't reach out to my other closer online friend Fig.
maybe
I know
Jake or
he's
Jason.
got young kids, so he couldn't take Fig either.
Oh, Fig.
Hey, Figgy. Fig, buddy. Friend.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question.
But okay, so look, Southern California. Ideally, just so you can still have a relationship
Southern
with
California,
Ringo.
yeah. I mean, ideally, it would be somewhere with a yard and possibly another friendly dog. He's
Yeah.
very active, so he
Still very
it would be,
sweet,
and is
active,
great with other
someone to play
dogs. So
with.
it'd be great if he had someone to play with. And if not those things, someone who will be able to walk him, take him on a decent walk at least twice a day, and who will play with him and be around.
Yeah.
At least more often than I am. I got to leave for, sometimes 10, 12 hours at a time, which is why I need to find him a new home
To produce that main podcast that you're on.
to do a lot of things, include watching my newborn daughter.
And-
But yes, and producing the main show that I'm on.
Which was it called?
Watercooler? Is that what you're talking
That's right. That's right. That's the right answer, Caelan.
about? But yeah, if all that criteria fits you and you're in the area, hit up Gary or Dawson on Twitter and they'll
Yeah.
let me know.
I am curious. I like this idea of a Facebook group. We need a Bobo Boy Facebook group because I'm on the Corolla one. I hear the For Crying Out Loud one's pretty lit.
Active.
It is active.
Yeah.
The Crying Out Loud one's more active than the Corolla one.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Those people are dedicated.
Could we be more active? Do you think if we did a Bobo Boy Facebook page, we could be more active?
That might actually get me to become active on Facebook, where I've been dormant for about 10 years.
I'm a straight lurker on Facebook.
I am purely observing.
Yeah.
But if we did a group for this show,
That'd be kinda fun.
I'd probably get in there.
All right.
Do
JF
people
Steve?
usually do that? They usually go, hey, we should have a site where people talk about us.
Well, not even just us, but just a community of the Bobo Boys. I mean,
Okay.
we have chapters all over the world.
That's true. Is it true?
It's
Oh,
completely
100% true.
All over the world?
We're worldwide. Bobo Boy is worldwide.
Holy crap.
Why do you
Bobo
think
Boy-
I don't go to Australia anymore?
Oh, you've been run out.
I can't just. They'll be waiting for us at the airport.
Oh, I see.
Can't risk
Yeah.
that.
Gotcha.
Bobo Boy Worldwide LLC should be what we call our business.
Yeah, there you go.
But who knows? Anyway, it is a worldwide thing, and I think a Facebook group would be great.
There you go.
Just I like lurking. maybe I'll comment. Maybe I'll like. Maybe I'll poke.
But for the
Poking's
record, we're
something,
not.
right?
For the record, we're not establishing it or doing anything to actually get this up.
No, I'd rather not do any legwork. I just kind of want it to happen, and then
But
maybe,
it sounds awesome. So please, someone
yeah,
do that.
maybe I get invited or something.
Yeah.
I think that'd be the best way. And then we'll find out where Caelan gets his cold cuts.
Cool. I just tweeted a picture of Ringo and the information. So
Oh, great!
We'll find
Caelan's
a good
phone
one.
number,
Angeles.
address, social security
Yeah.
number, all the info has been tweeted. Don't worry.
But if people are looking for a Bobo Boy community, I may suggest the patreon.com/watercooler.
Yeah, there's a
Website.
community.
Because we get a lot of great comments and everyone's kind of laughing along.
Do we have any comments to read?
I don't today, Matt.
Oh.
Thanks for bringing that up. I just trying to plug
the
the
one who
website.
brought it up.
I was just trying to plug the website. Well, Caelan, I'm glad you're back. The
Good to be
Caelan
back.
catch up was a huge success,
Yeah.
and congratulations,
Great job.
my
Thank
friend.
you.
Well done. Well done.
Great job. Whoa. Hard-hitting questions, Chris.
Hey, look, I missed Caelan, but I had to. There were some things that bothered me. It really was Lynette and I were talking, and she went, "Oh, Caelan, he's trying to find a home for his dog, and even reached out. He went out to our audience, and my brain just stopped. I went, what?
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
I'm that narcissistic. It's about me. Why isn't he doing it on my show? Our show, but it was just me and Lynette, so I said mine. All right. Well, let's continue with the program. Caelan,
Yeah.
welcome back.
welcome
Oh,
back.
thank you.
We missed
Good
you.
to
We
be
missed
Welcome
you.
back.
All right, now Matt Fondiler, I'm gonna turn the focus over to Mr. Matt.
Hey,
I don't
brother.
know, Caelan, if you were here for this, he suffered a pretty serious injury.
I did not hear about this.
Matt,
Yeah, it was
what
pretty bad.
happened?
Well, after work one day, I was running an errand, and in my flip-flops,
Running an errand, huh?
yes. Do we need to reveal the specific errand I was running? It's not
I don't know. I
that
feel like it
important.
makes it funnier
I was running an errand, and
at a store that may or may not have been illegal 2 years ago.
You know what's weird, Gary? I didn't know what the errand was,
Yeah.
but when you said running an errand, I thought, oh, I bet he was doing that.
Yep.
What you're implying, and you just confirmed it for me.
There you go.
Yeah, my Matt.
Why are we
intuition.
still
Intuition.
afraid to say buying weed?
I don't think we are
know.
afraid. I just
I
think
don't
Matt didn't
know.
want to
Dawson,
highlight
It's,
it.
it's legal.
it's not critical to the story.
It's legal.
I thought we
no,
were talking
it isn't
about a-
critical to the story.
I thought we were talking about a whorehouse.
That's legal?
Well,
That's him driving off.
okay, so Matt is running. Matt, you're running an errand.
I was running an errand for some medication that's perfectly legal.
And whores.
And I was wearing my sandals because that's, what I do.
We've talked about Matt's flip-flop
Flip-floppies.
usage many times.
And miscalculated a curb and smashed my pinky toe so effing hard that I was convinced that I had broken my toe. And it was swollen black and blue, like just
Matt was
freaking
hobbling
crazy.
as though he had fallen off a skateboard and broken his
Yeah.
leg. I mean, it was
It
not
was
good.
extremely painful.
I saw the toe, and just by looking at it, I too was convinced that he broke his toe.
Same.
Yeah.
Same here.
So that happened about 2 weeks ago. Does that sound about right?
Maybe 3.
Yeah.
Something like that.
2 to 3 weeks ago. And as we're recording this, like the pinky is like the bruising is just about gone away, but there's still some remnants of the bruise. And over the weekend, I was in the fair city of Laguna Beach, which I'll get into for Chez Fondiler.
Buying weed?
Not buying weed. No, not there.
You don't want to go to Orange County to buy your weed.
And at the very end of the night, made the exact same injury, except on my thumb toe, which is what Gary and Chris are going to talk to me about in a second, of the same foot. The big toe of the same
Big toe.
foot.
Thumb toe.
Loving
Wow, dude, you
I love
deserve it. You deserve it for calling it a thumb toe.
That is great.
I guess so. I don't know what I did in my life to deserve it,
What
so
the
that
hell?
must be what it was.
That was
So
it.
Matt, I'm convinced it's accident prone. Now remember, this is the same guy who broke his arm while riding
On a
one of
lawn
those
scooter?
those electric
So you're
scooters.
taking his hand
Yeah.
off the throttle.
Yeah.
Trying to save his glasses.
Yeah.
and
That sucked.
now we make fun of his flip flops, and he ends up breaking his pinky toe. And then a couple weeks later, injuring his thumb toe.
Yeah. So my thumb toe, even as we're recording the show, I've just had just a fucking hot foot. Like my foot is just on fire.
So thumb toe is still. This is the guy who said to me, "You can't call it a cone of ice cream," which I was fine with, and nobody said anything until you brought it up. But now here you are, just using thumb toe willy nilly. What the heck? Have some consistency. Caelan has consistency. Both daughters 9.1.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
that's
Caelan,
true.
Almost 9 points.
When Matt Now, Caelan, when Matt first told us this story at the beginning of the day today, Chris sat there and let thumb toe go
I
by
did.
as though nothing was weird at all.
I
And in-
understood what he meant.
in
It took
my-
me a second to
I
process how strange that was. and
I
become
understood
amused
what he
by it.
meant too, Chris, but my fucking brain stopped as soon as he said thumb toe, and I could not hear any other thing that was said. So I waited for Matt to stop speaking, and then I just said, "Are we really gonna let it go that Matt calls his big toe his thumb toe?"
And I died. I lost it.
That's insanity to me.
Yeah.
Now, it makes sense. I'm not saying I can't understand how he got there. I'm not saying I didn't understand what he meant or the sentence or anything like that, but what kind of fucking absurdity? The thumb toe. Dawson, you're
Yeah,
older
that's
than all of
absurd.
us. Have you heard this
I have
nonsense?
never in my life heard it called a thumb toe.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go to a neutral party here.
Insanity.
The two neutral parties are Dawson and Caelan. Caelan, if I broke the toe next to my pinky toe, what would you call that?
I don't know.
doesn't have
I
a
doesn't-
name, bro.
Like if
I
you
don't-
broke
I
that
honestly
toe.
couldn't name any toe between your big toe and your pinky toe.
Well, okay. What if it was on your hand?
Then it'd be your ring finger.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what if it was on your foot?
Your ring toe?
Yeah.
Makes sense to me.
You would call it a ring toe, Gary?
I would understand what you were saying if you said that.
And you wouldn't have stopped in your tracks the way thumb toe.
No, thumb toe is way weirder than ring toe.
Yeah,
but
I don't
that's-
even know where that
I
where
can
that
tell
phrase
be-
came
well,
from,
'cause
but
your
I
brain-
said it so naturally. It's
You-
obviously buried deep within my
It's
within
ingrained.
my vocabulary.
You know what? I think
You
I think you need to ask your father, and maybe we can catch this on video. Point to his big toe and ask him what he calls that.
That's a great
because
question.
I bet that comes from there. I mean, it's got to
Yeah.
come from your childhood, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Well,
You said it
you-
so matter of factly, like that was part
Yeah,
of your
no, I know.
vernacular.
Even
It
just
was.
again that I had to question myself when you just said it.
Well,
Like you just said, I
I'm
like
just a brilliant actor when I'm recreating the scenes here. But this morning I was
I don't know. I had to do 2 seconds of math when you said thumb toe, and I'm never gonna get that time back in my life. So I'm mad at you.
thumb toe.
but we call it pinky toe. Why can't we call it thumb toe?
That's a good
Because
point.
the pinky.
I don't call it
Indicates-
pinky toe.
You know,
You don't?
It's called little toe.
all right. Okay.
it's called little toe.
Big toe, little toe.
I will admit that little toe and pinky toe are interchangeable for me, but you don't call it pinky toe ever?
I've never heard pinky toe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which one likes roast beef?
The third one?
Yeah, the third piggy. The pinky toe does sound. It's the
You
most
know it's about
emasculating.
slaughter, by the way.
Oh
It is.
yeah,
That's a weird.
Yeah,
that's
when he
a
went to
rough
the
story.
market, he didn't go shopping.
Oh my god.
yeah. When
That
this little
is-
piggy went to the market, Matt.
It's a meat market.
Yeah. This little piggy went to the market and got second place in the practically starving semicircle.
And it's a little
Poor guy.
cannibalistic when he's eating roast beef. I'm just
Yeah, that part's weird too.
Ooh, you know what another one we could do is? Which animal gives you the best food? Cow versus pig versus chicken. Be a small bracket.
Yeah. I think pig.
yeah, pig
takes
is.
it.
yeah, pig. Pig wins. We just said pig wins.
Cow and chicken are pretty strong.
Chicken is not
last.
strong.
It's usually last.
I love chicken, but it's
And
not.
chicken wings is
Caelan.
my favorite thing.
Yeah,
ever.
exactly. Your number one thing is wings, and
Yeah.
you're going chickens last.
Yeah, but if they cook the pork chop the way they
interesting.
cook chicken wings, Caelan might have a new favorite food. I don't know.
So yeah, continue. Sorry.
Anyway,
Big
No, I
toe.
hurt my
thumb
foot.
toe.
Poor Matt.
I fucking hurt my foot again. I'm limping around again.
Yeah.
So mad.
Matt's in his flip flops. He really.
Like I have to question whether or not I can wear flip flops anymore. It's fucking so. I've been burned so many times now.
for the
that
listener, Matt is wearing flip flops right now.
I am.
Oh yeah, he needs
and
it
they
for
were
recovery.
very difficult to even slide my
Yeah.
toe into today because my fucking foot's on fire.
So
Now,
isn't
go ahead.
the thong part of the flip flop preventing the recovery of the thumb toe as we speak?
It's very possibly contributing.
It's constantly aggravating the thumb toe in a way that slippers or shoes would not be.
Right. Yeah.
So what the fuck were you thinking when you put on your flip-flops this morning?
I'm thinking I hate wearing shoes and socks so much. Like, do you understand this is difficult for me? This is why it's coming up.
I understand that you hate wearing shoes and socks, but I hate wearing a cast, but you do it when you break your arm.
Yeah.
Plus, you could
Yeah,
still.
I guess so.
You hate it that
In
much.
the summertime, Gary? Come on.
You could wear
So hot
slippers,
out.
right? You gotta have a pair of slippers.
I do have slippers, but I feel like Corolla would murder me if I wore slippers to work. I could
It's
wear
a little
slippers.
different.
I could totally wear slippers.
Are slippers the closed-toed slides? Like, is that what they are? What do you call it? What are your slippers to you?
Yeah,
They have
closed-toe
like
slides would
they
work.
have the. No, I don't have that. I'm talking about
Open toe slides.
slippers.
Slides
Slippers are
are-
the things that you wear in the morning.
Slippers are cushy shoes.
Yeah, they got the sheepskin.
Oh,
they're,
so there's like a
nice.
heel to them and everything too.
I have ones that don't have heels, but yes, there are some that do have heels.
What Simpsons character is it?
I do have Homer Simpson ones.
My
That's
slippers
true.
are closed-toed slides with no heels. Ugg ones.
Oh yeah, so that's I figured. Like yeah, they just.
I got a
just
hand-me-down
slide
pair of those.
Now the
They
one-
were,
I'm
they
on
were
my
pretty
third
comfy.
pairs. I've gotten two since then. I love those.
The
Gary
one
gave me
solution that my wife came up with, Crocs,
Yeah.
and I said,
Isn't those kind of hard to get into, though?
I don't think I'm gonna wear.
Nah,
those.
Crocs-
I don't
Crocs
think
are
I'm gonna-
comfy as
I don't think
F.
I'm gonna be a
But to
Crocs
get
guy.
the foot in there takes
Nah,
some
nah,
effort. No?
I had Crocs. I had them when I was a waiter
And then you saw Road Hard and just declared they would
'Cause they-
never come out again.
because I hated my job so much. And yeah, this is pre-Road Hard, but I hated my job so much at this restaurant, and I don't know, it seemed like a big FU because they wanted us to dress a little nicer, but I wore these black Crocs that were solid. They didn't have the holes that most Crocs have on the
Okay.
on
yeah,
the top.
I hear you.
So they're just closed-toed, and with black pants, black shirt, black Crocs, it just looked like shoes.
Sure.
But what gave it away is I would run him through the dishwasher at the end of the night, because those things just hose them down. They're bulletproof.
You know, when I had to work at Coffee Bean, or when I did work at Coffee Bean, I had to get non-slip shoes.
The non-slips, of course.
And I don't remember where exactly I got them, but whatever shoes I got were like dress shoes. So those ended up just being my non-slip dress shoes that I wore for the next 6.5 years at Coffee.
You mean they'll just end up being your dress shoes, right? So like at weddings,
Essentially.
you could walk, you could run through the kitchens.
So
'Cause-
I was wearing dress shoes for my entire time at Coffee Bean.
oh yeah, because they make some fancy ones too. Those things work though. I like the non-slips, but yeah, I was a Crocs guy, and Matt, I think you would enjoy a pair of Crocs.
Yeah, you think so? I've never done it before.
Especially here, because Adam has that infamous joke wearing
Yeah,
Crocs,
exactly.
like
It's just
being blown
never-
by a dude. It feels great until you look down and realize you're gay.
Yeah.
And that'd be pretty interesting to have you wear Crocs and him walk in and look.
I think he would lose his mind.
he lost his mind when you wore your dad's shoes.
That's true.
Another infamous story where he just went, "Where'd you get your shoes from?" You responded, "Oh, they're just shoes." And then
Yeah.
eventually he dug in and found out that your dad gave them you.
That's correct. That was a
And they
long
totally looked
time
like dad's
ago.
shoes, or
They were just all white.
yeah.
Yeah, listen.
They
all-
were
we all
like
make
New
mistakes.
Balance or something, right?
Wilson.
Something
They're
like
Wilson.
that. Wilson.
They were Wilson. Yeah, they were not New Balance.
I remember.
Oh, Lord.
Totally remember.
Yep.
But anyway, Matt, I'm glad that you're
I've
on
never been what you call fashion conscious, so I feel like I'm following the pattern to this day. Wearing my,
come
Yeah, what is
Corolla
Matt wearing
Cruise-
right now? He's wearing
Corolla
a-
Cruise shirt.
a free Corolla Cruise shirt from the first Corolla Cruise.
One of my favorites.
Wow, the first one was in December.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Get it.
2016.
It was Get It Ensenada. Or Get It
Get it on.
Yeah,
I love it.
That's a Mike August. That was a Mike
that was
August.
definitely a Mike August.
100%.
I love Mike August.
Yeah.
The puns that are a little too forced are almost always Mike August in the
Yeah.
whole universe.
I'm talking to Jason Aldean's people, and we're trying to figure out when we could go. I'm like, oh yeah, well here's August. Let's get him on the show. And August responds, let's Jason Aldean this, but he like as if I'll do this.
Oh my God.
Let's Aldean this.
Oh God.
Back when Mangria was popular, if August was when Mangria was new, rather, it's still very popular. But when Mangria was new, August was fond of using Mantastic in email chains with
Yes.
people who had no idea what Mangria was, like just like booking agents and shit. Like, hey, I'd like to get this person who wrote a book on your show. Like, Mantastic, let's do it.
Yeah,
Like, okay.
I love it. I
great.
freaking love it.
It's great. I mean, anything that's not putting 93 octane gas in a rental car is awesome.
All right. Well, now I'm going to move my sights from Matt over to Dawson. Dawson was in the Bay Area, and he's been with the San Francisco It's not a sports team, but the San Francisco Wildfires or the Bay Area Wildfires.
That'd be a good
That'd be a
name for
great
sports team.
name.
Yeah,
the San
Wildfires.
Francisco Wildfire.
Yeah.
Washington football team, listen up.
The Northern California Wildfires.
That's good.
That's a great team
They're
name.
based in Shasta County.
The
Let's take
Wildfires.
everyone's collective trauma.
It's a minor league
I understand
baseball
that.
team. Minor league baseball.
Look, there are
team, the
tornadoes.
Wildfires.
There's
Pretty good.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we can do wildfires. The St. Louis Blues, just real sad people. No, Dawson, real quick.
That's about the music.
And it is. What was it like up there?
Driving through the Central Valley was kind of fucking scary. It was, by the time I was driving through there, it was almost 6 o'clock, and it looked like the sun had already set. The skies were completely black and dark, and as I get out of the Central Valley, the sun's starting to set, and now you can see shots of red sunset light coming through a black sky, and it looked like that Star Wars movie you all hate.
Dawson, educate me.
The newest one?
Central Valley.
Piece of shit.
Educate me. The
Dog
Central
shit.
Valley of Southern California, is that where the freeway turns kind of inland after, like a little after Santa Barbara up towards Buellton?
No, Central Valley goes from Bakersfield to Modesto.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the coastal route, not the north.
Yeah, the 5 goes right through.
Yeah. Sorry, I was thinking of the 101.
It was depressing and kind of scary. Like not scary, but you look at it and you're like, oh, it's fucking apocalyptic.
Ominous.
Yeah.
I didn't see blue sky one time in the weekend I was up there. The air quality is fucking horrible. Everything
Crazy.
is brown.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I heard-
Crazy scary.
I heard the Bay Area had the worst air pollution in the world this weekend.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Well, another good time for me to put my public service announcement up there. Just make sure you smoke filtered cigarettes so that you're not breathing in all of those horrible,
Filter, yeah.
ashy qualities.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Yeah, make sure when you're inhaling
Important
that.
health advisory for
right.
cigarette smokers.
All right. Thank you,
No,
Dawson. Yogi, Smokey the Bear has some
Matt,
competition.
I
Yeah.
don't think that was for cigarette smokers. I think that was for humans. Just all cigarette smokers or not, you should be smoking filtered cigarettes.
Yeah.
Okay, you're right.
Yeah, that's very
You're
true.
right.
But it was my nephew Andrew's 14th birthday, and I got to see all of my nieces and nephews, and I have a lot of them now because of
What do you-
little marriage and family stuff.
Yeah.
Circle of life.
4 kids of my brothers, and then my brother, who is 2 years older than me, has 2 grandchildren that are not his, but they're his.
Yeah.
No, what does that mean?
Well, his wife had
from
a
just a
kid.
previous marriage or
Yeah, when
whatever,
she was
when he raised them.
18.
Gotcha.
And now that kid has had kids. And those kids are adorable. And I got to hang out with just 6 wonderful kids. The youngest one came up to me on Saturday night. Cutest little girl. She comes up to me and hands me a bag of cookies. Now, she's like 3 or 4. Hands me a bag of cookies and looks me in the eye and dead serious says, I made these.
Oh,
I started cracking
I
up
love
like,
it.
you want one? She said, yes.
that's
Cutest
I
kids in
love
the
how
world.
matter-of-fact kids are. Dawson, 14-year-old birthday, a boy.
Mm-hmm.
How do you relate? Like, how do you? What are your moves to relate to a kid that age? Because I don't know how. I see Sonny. He's 13. Adam's kid.
You
I'm
can't.
just like, so
kids
TikTok,
can
huh?
see bullshit, dude. Kids can see bullshit from a fucking mile away. You just fucking be yourself. Don't try to relate.
Have
Just-
them relate to you.
So I can tell you what worked for
But-
me because I just went through a 14-year-old's birthday party. I got this kid LED lights, the color changing, like strip lighting that
Oh,
are
yeah.
popular right now. He could not have hated this birthday dinner that we were having for the whole family more until he got to that gift, which I thought was a pretty whack gift, but someone had told me maybe he'll like this. He was over the moon about it. And then I got 3 videos later that night. He had done up his whole room. It's bizarre what will blow kids'
Interesting.
minds.
Wow.
LED
we were,
lights.
my nephew has a fully automatic pellet gun.
Oh, I had a few
And
of those.
he's showing it to me, and we're setting up cans in the backyard and shooting it. And
Wait, why do you need fully auto? I mean,
It's
it's
just
awesome.
a toy. It's just a toy.
Of course you need auto.
But it's pretty fucking cool.
I know.
So anyway, we're shooting it in the backyard, and he shoots. I found an empty Capri Sun, and I set it on top of something. I'm like, okay, shoot that, and he shoots it off, and he looks at me, and goes, "Easy dubs," and I started fucking laughing. I'm like, what are you talking about? Easy dubs. Did you guys ever heard that?
No.
Easy
No.
Dubs.
Apparently it's
Easy
old.
Easy win.
Apparently
W
it's
is a
old.
win.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's an
Yeah.
easy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doss, do you modify your language when you're around your nieces and nephews?
Yeah, I don't say fuck,
Yeah, you're better than me.
but I don't.
I just
Gary.
can't do it.
I let a shit fly. And I, thought about it for a second. I'm like, they're adults.
Oh, I thought you meant you let a literal shit fly. Like that's what you do to.
We, the friends that Gary and I have, the Randy and Ralph
Jason.
come up on the show a
Jason.
couple times. What's that?
Is it Jason or Ralph? I don't know.
That was Randy and Ralphie.
I know
that's what
Randy's
call
one of them.
them. They have a nephew, I think he's a nephew,
Oh God.
who, when he was like 8 or 9 years old, was walking. We were at this, I think we were at the Kings game or something. We had those cool like luxury box seat things that somebody had won in an auction.
Best wings ever.
Yeah, those are good.
And I was walking toward my friend and their like little cousin, and just because I'm used to saying it, I just went, "Sup, fuckers," and that kid looked like he had seen a ghost, and I realized that you can't talk like
That's
that in
good.
front of little kids.
That was the mildest thing we've done to that kid in the
Yeah,
last
that's
10
true.
years.
Hey, look, it's human. It's just human to just go to your natural instincts. I remember the guy in my band, Mikey, who plays drums in my band. He had a job interview, and he got all dressed up, and his dad comes in, and he's about to go to the interview, and his dad goes, "Okay, you ready for this? It's a big interview. You have to be professional, Mike. Don't just go, 'What's up, man? What's up, dude? What's up, bro?' Like you gotta be treating him with respect." I'm like, "Dad, I know. Stop," and he got pissed. He's like, "Stop. I'm good. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not an idiot." And then Mike tells me how the interview went. Literally, the guy conducting the interview walks out the door, and Mike just stands up. "Oh, what's up, bro?" And sticks his hand out, like to shake it, and just, it's just like, oh my
help it.
god,
Yeah.
"Oh, what's up, bro?"
I take it he did not get that job.
I don't think so. No, he did not. He did not. But it's one of my favorite stories about him. It just happens. Like it just slips. It's so
It's a
natural.
comfort. It's a
Yeah.
comfort
It's a
level.
comfort
I mean,
thing.
I think at least 2 of the people in this room were there when I became absent-minded several years back, and in front of a lady lifted my leg and farted. Completely I was out of body. Like I just wasn't remembering what my audience was, and I just straight lifted my leg like a dog and ripped a giant fart
Yeah.
and horrified the woman. And
That's what happened.
Haunted me ever since.
What's crazy is
what
I
a great
totally
place
remember
to
this story.
work.
I was there, and it was Allison Rosen, and she was sitting right there. And it was just Gary and Allison sitting there, and Gary just leans over, tilts, and just rips a fatty. You should have done that into a Target intercom. Like it
Just
was
when I was
big.
thinking.
That's 100%
And
accurate.
Allison's just frozen. Like what?
And to her credit, then she laughed harder than I think I've ever seen her
Yeah.
laugh. She sat there for 2 Mississippi horrified, and then realized what had happened and laughed her ass off. She thought that was hilarious.
It was hilarious.
Tell me
I'll
about
never
these
forget that.
Target intercom phones. Can you just pick it up?
So it seems
You gotta press a button.
Check out my
One at
band, The
Costco,
Smoking
you
Kills,
can
EP
definitely
out.
just pick up.
Okay, and it just
Some of them I
goes right
think
to
you
the
have
house.
to hit, like pound 7 or something before it'll turn.
Because
into
I'm
an
doing
intercom.
this.
Most of the ones I've seen of dudes farting in those, they just take it right off.
Yeah,
the
they
hook
just
and
unclip
go.
it.
Yeah.
Dawson.
Oh,
Jeez.
wow, that's
Yeah.
a long verb.
That's a spring verb.
Yeah, that's a
Seriously.
Costco one. You could just tell from the rafters. There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
most of the ones I've seen, Dawson, suggest that these are phones. Now, I would assume they've done some testing before the videos start, but in the
Right.
videos, they just pick it up and they go. Now, that seems dangerous and haphazard to have a phone like that in your building, but
Yeah.
oh, God, I love them.
Yeah. Well, Dots, if you do it, please film yourself. And do
Oh,
us,
yeah,
do us
yeah.
all a favor.
Yeah, don't put the L on that one.
All right. I know we have a shade, but we also have a tech talk, too, which I'm
Oh,
gonna get
good.
to.
I was
'Cause
hoping we did.
Gary,
Hold on, warning, no joke corner.
Okay, no joke.
So we have
corner.
2/3 of a
Yes.
tech talk.
Well, I was talking to Gary because what's trending on Twitter right now is the iPhone 12, the next iPhone. It looks, I guess the only picture I've seen was the backside where it has the new camera system and has, instead of, remember how the newest one has 3 circles? 3 circles on it. Well, this one has 4, and a lot of people are comparing it to, it looks like the top of an electric stove range. Or,
You know, there are people who have like phobias that are getting freaked out by that, right?
yeah, there's a phobia of too many holes close to each other.
Yeah.
And
Respect all women.
Again, you said it, dude. What am I supposed to do?
The fact that this is a show. Oh my god.
oh crap.
This is the free show.
I'm
Imagine
sorry.
what you get.
I'm
The
sorry,
premium
Laura Lee.
content.
Patreon.com/watercooler.
The next episode is a continuation of this laugh.
Oh, it was all so mature with the fart sounds. Then it crossed the line.
Caelan looks like he's gonna pass out. Caelan, you have 2 daughters.
All right.
I am crying.
I was just bringing up the phobia as a fun fact. I had no idea that it would be this good.
You said no joke corner. I
No
think we
joke
just
corner,
delivered,
yeah, we
dude.
got it.
We just
JK.
The
delivered.
iPhone 12 speaks for itself. Oh God. Well,
Joke corner.
so I asked Gary what were his thoughts on the new iPhone 12, and Gary, what are you thinking?
Look, doesn't look like there's anything that revolutionary. I'm due for a new phone, so I'll be getting it. So I'll be able to report back when I do, and we'll see. But what I do like is they're changing the form factor. They're going back to what is very much, for those who remember, the iPhone 4, which had very sharp edges, right? So it's like a flat screen, then there's like a corner, and then there's a square band that goes around, and then the back is flat as well. And I'm excited for that because I really like the iPhone 4. I mean, I personally keep it in a case, so I don't know how much I'll really get to enjoy that because I just have a very hard time living the dangerous life that people do where you walk around with your phone outside a case. But in general, I like the idea, whereas the last, 6, 7 iPhones have all had these rounded edges. I do like the idea of the square edge
Yeah, I miss
band design.
I agree. It was easier to hold.
Yeah, it was.
And I like the harder edges too. So I personally am looking forward to that. But then, as Gary and I were talking about it, we reminisced about the iPhone 4, which came out in 2010. I don't know if you remember the story, Matt, but there was like a pretty crazy story of it getting leaked online.
I don't
It was
remember
fun.
that.
And I guess Gary would be better off explaining it.
Yeah, this was right before we all started working here, at least Matt and Chris and I. But an Apple engineer had a iPhone 4 out for testing about 6 months
Like a
before it was going to
prototype.
get released.
I remember
right?
this, yeah.
And it was disguised. Apple had gone to great expense to disguise it to call it a case would be a little bit inaccurate, but they had built basically a shell of an iPhone 3G, which was the current iPhone, and they had put that around the iPhone 4 so that this guy could have it out in the wild and be testing it, and no one would look at it and be like, holy shit, what's that thing I've never seen before? He left it at a bar in the San Francisco Bay Area. Somebody found it and then sold it to a site that at the time was called Gizmodo, that I think is now
I've heard of that site.
pretty much defunct because Apple sued the shit out of them. And this site
So
put
Hulk Hogan.
yeah. No, that was Gawker. Same parent company.
Yeah.
But yeah, this site published a very detailed reveal about 6 months early, I think.
Wow. That's crazy.
Imagine being that guy. You have the newest iPhone that's coming out. Hasn't even been announced yet. In your hand. You go to a bar and you leave it there.
Yeah, that's dumb. What happened to that guy?
Oh,
I hope he got fired or something.
Oh, he's dead.
They actually they hit him. They knocked him off.
I don't know
Damn,
how he died.
That's
but-
harsh.
And then Gary and I are talking, what would that feeling be like? You wake up next morning, you're maybe a touch hungover. You had a great night last night. Maybe talked to a few girls. feeling pretty good. You go reach for your phone, see what time it is. How late is it? You can't find it.
Yeah, that's a horrible feeling with my current, to have that with my current phone, let alone with a prototype, to not be able to have it. That would be crazy.
Yeah. And then, what do you do?
Right. Do you call your boss?
Yeah.
And say, okay, do you? So then
I guess you call like the restaurant first.
Yeah, I guess first you would call the restaurant.
So you call the
but at that
restaurant.
point, you're done.
So at that point, the restaurant says they don't have it. So your choice is now: do I call my boss or don't I? And either way,
Give
that's
it another few hours.
right. So
Yeah,
either
give it
way,
another
that's
day or
Caelan
so.
gives it another
I'd
few
give it
hours.
I'd give it like another day.
Okay, so sometime during that day, the news story breaks online. And then you're hit with that crushing realization that not only have you lost this thing, but the worst case scenario has happened where someone found it, sold it to a
One of the
media
biggest
member.
tech media websites.
That was gonna happen either way. So, I mean,
Yeah, you're gonna get fired either way.
Either way, it's pretty
Yeah,
much
so
seems like the
there's-
same outcome for you.
Yeah.
I don't know. It didn't have to happen that way. If I found an unreleased iPhone prototype, I feel like I'd probably hit up Apple and ask them what they wanted for it.
Oh, interesting.
Negotiating.
Yeah, and
I thought you meant
then
the other guy.
Apple's
Yeah.
3,000 lawyers on
they
payroll.
would. No, you would never get $1 out of them. They
Right.
would just threaten to murder you and sue you into oblivion if you didn't give back their
Their
prototype
property, yeah.
property. But
Well, I guess this guy did it the right way then, because he sold it to the website that was then on the hook for the lawsuit from Apple. So he just got paid by
Yeah.
this website, and then the website is the one that lost all the money after getting sued.
So
Apple
crime
sued
does
the
pay.
shit out of that
Yeah,
guy.
so-
No.
Oh,
Apple sued the shit out of that guy.
Oh, that guy.
Both
and
of
the
them.
website. Oh.
They shut the website down and they shoot the shit out of that guy, and he had to pay untold way more than he ever got paid for it. If you find something from Apple that has not been released yet, just give it back.
Yeah.
It's not a good idea to fuck with a multinational corporation.
Yeah, so Caelan, if you
You could just like throw it on like Reddit and be like, what is this? It doesn't look like a. If you do it unknowingly or like unwittingly, like reveal it to the world, then they can't really sue you, right?
Hey, Caelan, if you put something on Reddit, Apple can figure out where you are.
Well, they
If
can figure out where you are, but you're like, hey, what is this thing I just found? And then a bunch of people are like, oh my
Oh.
god, you have the
Play
new.
dumb.
Oh my god, where'd you get this? Like, I don't know, I found it at a bar. Just play dumb.
Got to get ahead of it. Exactly.
Oh yeah, I like
Exactly.
this. I like this narrative where Caelan's going. Let's go back to Caelan's storyline because I like your decision making right now.
Yeah.
So you wait a little bit. You call the restaurant. You get no word.
Okay, well, I'm confused now who we're talking.
We're talking about you. Let's say you lost the phone. You're an
I had
Apple
the phone
employee,
and I lost it.
and you
Yeah.
lost it.
Yeah.
You call the bar. They don't have it.
Yeah.
You wait a few hours. You're sweating bullets.
Yeah.
You go online and you see it's the biggest story on the internet right now. Apple phone leaked, belonging to an unnamed Apple employee. We don't know who it is yet.
Okay.
Because I'm sure there's more than one of these floating around in the world. What's your next move?
Suicide.
Yeah, I don't. You'd have to go to your bosses at that point.
You just go.
And
you come clean.
they know it's you.
Yeah.
I was not gonna give you up.
And either
they
way,
know
you're
it's
fired.
you. So I thought you were talking about the other guy now, the one that found.
Okay, let's say you found
what
it.
to do with
what
it.
would you do if you found it?
Knowing that it's like it looks like a newer iPhone.
Yeah, let's
but
say you found the
nobody's ever seen
iPhone
it.
50.
Yeah, well, I certainly wouldn't. I wouldn't sell it to a website that's gonna make a story out of it. I guess I'd just go with like. I probably, knowing me, I wouldn't tell anybody. I would just keep it. I would just keep it
Nice.
and like tell like one or two people close to me. But I was just wondering if you did just put it out on the internet, like, hey, what's this thing from Apple? Then they wouldn't be able to like sue you if you're doing
Yeah.
it unknowingly.
How about this? You should, if this ever happens to you, Caelan, this is what you do. You get the phone. You open up Safari. You go to patreon.com/watercooler. You take and then you take a picture of the phone with that image on it, and you go, "Oh, what kind of phone is this?" And then more people learn about this show.
There you go.
That's
I
a
like
good-
that.
that's
What a
good-
plan.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Matt, do you remember when this story broke?
I mean, no, you just told me about it.
Oh, really? You don't remember this story?
No.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know. This
It's
was
a pretty big
I
deal.
kind of remember.
It was a big deal. I mean, Gizmodo started it, but like it got picked up by everyone because this was only the fourth iPhone. That was still very big news. But there was some other pretty crazy geopolitical stuff going on. That was the same week that the volcano exploded in Iceland.
Oh, see,
You
I
remember
remember
that?
that. I remember.
Ah.
So that was maybe the news I was following.
2010. I think it was like April or something.
Yeah, that
So,
was-
Chris, do you know where you were when that story broke?
I don't actually. I mean, I didn't really go very many places.
Probably
back then.
Long Beach.
Yeah. That was Long Beach, yeah. Where were you, Gary?
Bratislava.
Come again?
Oh,
Yeah.
Dawson. Oh, yeah.
yeah. what were you doing over there?
I went to Europe. One of my best friend from high school, took a job for Citibank after college.
Let me guess, you were on a yacht.
No, I was not on a yacht. I was in a hostel, Dawson, paying $20 a
damn it.
night.
Oh,
to
I won't go
live.
there after that movie.
You have not watched that movie.
I read the wiki.
But he was living in London working for Citibank, and right before I started this job, he was like, "Hey man, you're about to start a job. You've got a few weeks where you don't have an employer. Just come over here. Let's do a European trip, and that'll be probably our last chance to do that, and we'll have fun, and it'll be great." And I said yes, and we picked the 3 places we wanted to go, and then we decided that we would pick 2 other places based on the movie Euro Trip because we're children, and one of them was
Great movie.
Bratislava. Great movie.
Great movie.
Flickable?
Great movie. Scotty doesn't
Very
know. Very flickable.
Michelle
That's early
Trachtenberg.
Fred Armisen too.
Matt Damon.
Matt
Thank you.
Damon.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. A lot of celebrities.
Yeah. Who's the star of that movie?
Matt Damon.
It wasn't Breckenmeyer. I'm thinking of Road Trip, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
also pretty good. I get those movies confused, but yeah, Michelle Trachtenberg, I remember, because she was Harriet the Spy when I was a kid. But anyway, Gary bases his whole trip off of this movie.
And then the volcano exploded.
The volcano
back.
exploded like the second day that I was in Europe. Thankfully, the entire trip was based around train travel, right? So it was like 10 or 11 days of moving around Europe via train. And then on like day 11, we were going to fly from Bratislava to Amsterdam. And then that was going to be the last stop. And then we were flying back to America. And we spent the entire 10 or 11 days with no idea whether or not we'd be able to fly from Bratislava to Amsterdam because everything was shut down. All air travel across anywhere in Europe was completely shut down. We got to the day and we went on the website for the airline and they said that they were open. We went to the airport. It looked like Night of the Living Dead. There was probably 12 employees in the entire airport. There were 0 passengers. We got to our gate and there was a dual prop plane there. There were 2 other passengers. So this plane that should have held 80 or 90 people had 4 of us on it. And the pilots were like, all right, let's do this. And me and my friend just sat there and we took off. And once we landed, we both agreed, like, we were trying to play it really cool, but we were both scared shitless.
Yeah.
We had
Yeah, my God.
no idea whether or not this was going to work. The fact that it's a propeller plane is just further exacerbating it. That's
Yeah.
not something you fly frequently. But
Scary.
We made it. It was fun.
He's still here.
He's
And he
still
lived-
here, baby.
Lived to tell the tale. When I flew to San Antonio on Garrigus' little plane, I didn't know that it was being sent over to get repaired,
serviced.
serviced,
Yeah.
/ repair. I don't know. But yeah, Adam kept that part very close to the vest. And I found out when he was on stage and he was laughing about it. And after the show, I go, wait, Adam, that we were on a service flight? He's like, oh, yeah, I didn't want to tell you or Mike that because I didn't want you guys to freak out. And he's just cracking up. But I kind of respect that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
You could really mess with yourself with your thoughts.
Any inch of turbulence.
Come on, work
There
your
it
way through
is.
it.
Turbulence. It would have totally freaked me out. So
Yeah.
Don't let me talk thumb toe. But anyway, yeah, I love that iPhone 4 story. That could be the next Social Network movie. I think.
Yeah,
I think there's
a movie
something in
for
there.
Sure.
Because that guy, poor guy.
So you brought it up because you're saying the new iPhone is supposed to be like a throwback to that, just in its design.
Very much. So the iPhone 3G, I don't know if you guys remember, but it had like a glossy black or white plastic back that was sort of curved, and it like sort of jutted out the way like a tube TV would, right? So it was like more thin on the edges, and then it would be like a bump, like a more bulbous in the middle. So it was
Right, I
curved
remember
around.
that.
And then in the iPhone 4, what was so revolutionary about it was basically like 2 flat pieces of glass with a metal band around it, and there were hard edges. So when you went from like the front glass to the side, it'd be like a hard edge. Whereas,
Yeah.
the phones have evolved, and the one that I'm showing you right now has like a curved edge edge that goes around on all sides. This one will have that sharp band that goes all around. And it'll be,
Yeah.
you know,
Much easier in the palm. I think.
much. I think it's better ergonomically.
Because my hand is hurting from using my phone. Like I think like I'm getting like
Really?
weird carpal. It's just like from.
The phone is too heavy for you.
It's not that it's heavy. It's just that the keyboard isn't ergonomic, and I have to freaking.
Well, that and jerking off.
Yeah,
Oh,
stop
no.
jerking off. It's nothing to do with your phone usage, dude. That's why
Yeah.
your hand's sore.
If anything, that's made me stronger. My forearm size has to be
did notice-
95th percentile.
Didn't notice your right forearm is a lot stronger than your left forearm.
Yeah, it is uneven. And once again, I'd like to welcome new listeners to the program.
Oh, we lost them a long time ago.
Matt, I know you have a shave, but maybe we save it for
Sure.
the next show. I
Yeah,
think,
no problem.
I think we're.
Why?
Not like I didn't have the meal. I
Yeah.
could still talk about it. Yeah,
We could
I'm down.
absolutely still talk about it. And do you want to tease what it could be?
Oh, that place that I fucked up my toe was in a city called Laguna Beach, and that's where I went.
Laguna
And,
Beach, Orange County. Also, the name of a very popular reality show.
Yep. Laguna Beach, a place I had only been to twice before, once for Gary's rehearsal dinner and then again for Gary's wedding. So
Oh.
this was a nice follow-up.
Yeah.
Not as much fun. Obviously, the wedding was way better,
Yeah. Gary's wedding was awesome.
but quite a nice return to Laguna Beach. So that'll, I guess, be teased on, or that'll be explained on our Patreon show.
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of the Patreon show, if we also have time, Matt, I just want to tell the audience this because we haven't brought this up before, but I think about this story all the time. Matt has the most epic Uber story because if Corolla show listeners
Is
remember,
this the story where there were some Asian people sitting in the back seat and you told them they couldn't
Yeah,
sit
you
there?
can't ride with me.
no, even better, even better. So Matt used to drive for Uber back a few years ago.
Yep.
And I remember seeing him one day, and he was in a weird place. I go, Matt, are you okay? He goes, something crazy happened to me yesterday. And he tells me this story, and it's unreal. And the reason we couldn't talk about it is because Uber was a sponsor at the time, and Matt didn't really want to explain what was going on. But Uber's doing okay without us now. And I would like to tell the story. So maybe
All right.
maybe we do that on Patreon.
Maybe, yeah. We'll see. This is like a 5-part Chez Fondiler that I have prepared. So, it's a
Okay,
lot
we'll
of
do one of
show.
the two, and also maybe Gary's Jewish frat story in the next Patreon too, because people have been clamoring. If there's time,
Yeah, if there's time.
if there's time. All right, but why don't we get some plugs in, and I'll start with the man of the hour, the Caelan catch up. Caelan, where can we go for you?
If you want a great Italian cold cut sandwich,
Yeah.
Foggia, Foggia Italian Market in Lakewood. You will not regret it. And if any of you want the best dog in the world and can take care of him, hit up Dawson or Gary on social
yes.
media, and they will let me know.
Yes,
Or know anybody. That would be good.
or make a post in our new Bobo Boy Army
Yeah,
Facebook group.
TBD.
TBD, yeah. But either way, yes, Ringo, incredible dog, and anyone in the Southern California area is looking for a companion, I suggest Ringo. Incredible dog. All right, Caelan, very weird that you actually had a plug, 2 plugs, and
plugs.
and I like that, and it's welcomed. Gary Smith, where can we go for you?
So I was inspired by Dawson's decision to bring up shit I did as a kid. So I'd like to plug my impending new segment. It's called Caelan Ketchup, and this is where I provide Caelan with different brands of ketchup, and he's going to rate them on the Biehn scale.
That's
So good.
amazing.
I like that.
So good.
Does anybody here pronounce ketchup as ketchup?
Come
No.
again?
You just said the same word twice.
Ketchup, K-E or ketchup?
Oh.
Ooh, I
KE.
say both, I guess. Ketchup.
Can I have some ketchup
I don't
on my
say
fries? Because
ketchup.
I hear ketchup.
Ketchup sounds like, hey, ketchup.
I say ketchup.
Hey, brah, you want to get some ketchup?
Yeah, that's right.
But ketchup.
Ketchup.
You say like cat. Remember some places spell it catsup.
Well, here's the better question. Does any asshole at this console spell ketchup, the condiment, with a C?
No,
No way.
No.
Kaylin.
No.
Okay. So there
Okay,
you go.
that's comforting with a
That
C.
is comforting.
Well, it's not in my house and it's not on my table, so.
Very true.
It's not on my
Very
hot
true.
dog.
Not on my hot dog.
Yeah, there's ketchup and there's pillow, and versus pillow, and helicopter versus
Helicopter.
Matt
right. Don't
Fondiler
forget about
famously
that.
says helicopter.
Don't ask me to say elephant.
So does Dr. Drew, by the way, with the whirlybird one.
That's right.
Yeah.
He says it like Matt.
Helicopter.
That's me and a very smart and wealthy doctor.
Yeah, I
we
guess
both pronounce it the same way. So
There you
just
go.
think about that when you
You're-
question how I pronounce things.
There you go.
you're in great company.
So Caelan Ketchup.
And I'm going to ask Drew if thumbtail is medically accurate or not.
Yeah.
Save your breath.
All right, Gary, what's your plug?
DavesTheThunder.com or Daves the Thunder on YouTube.
Yes.
We have a very special compilation dropping soon that I worked pretty hard on. The Dan Penny JetBlue letters. We made it into a shareable single video. So look out for that coming
And
soon.
I saw it. It's phenomenal. Nice work, Gary.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah, so I saw the prototype. And
Yeah.
I won't be leaving that at the bar. I would like everybody to see it. Matt.
Follow me on Twitter at Matt Fondiler and tell a friend about our Patreon. And if you like true crime, check out a show called Sword and Skill. I write episodes for it every once in a while.
That's right, he does, and he does a killer job.
I guess it's
Oh.
a murder show. You didn't even realize you did that.
All right, Doss, where you go for you?
Serious about Ringo being an awesome dog. If you want a dog, hit me up at Los Angeles. Quick piece of news to share. I just inked a deal with Kinky Friedman to produce 20 of his mystery audiobooks.
Yes.
Where he is Detective Kinky Friedman. And so I'm busy for the next 4 years.
Wow.
But my plug is patreon.com/watercooler because you're just going to be able to understand the whole thing a lot better if you pay a low price to get the Patreon shows each week because they all intertwine.
They sure do.
And,
Special.
And we make it worth your while. We guarantee that it's money well spent.
Special note about that. I recently heard that Patreon has introduced a way to pay by the year. So I'm going to be investigating that, and we will be activating that feature, and you'll get a small discount if you want to do it that way.
Nice.
That is quite the commitment. We'll see. We'll look into it.
Yeah, we'll still be on the air.
Yeah, we'll still be on the air. Yeah, because we got to.
We ain't going nowhere, baby.
We're not going anywhere, and I love it. Dawson showed me a list of Kinky Friedman's books, and he goes, "I got this book deal." And I go, "Which one?" God, it was a laundry list of books.
Nice.
So,
Congratulations,
yeah,
man.
Dawson is
amazing.
20 fucking books, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm hoping to finish them all in 4 years.
yeah.
Good Lord.
Well, bravo, man. Well done, and congratulations on the deal. He's a living legend. As for me, I'll plug the Patreon as well. Patreon.com/watercooler. And also Ringo. Look, we're all pro puppy. We're also pro Ringo here. We love Ringo so much, and would love to find him a nice home and
A forever home.
a
He's
forever
such
home.
a fucking sweet boy.
Super sweet boy. And the perk, Gary said it earlier, if you take in Ringo and get him to a good home, you also become Caelan's friend,
Yep.
which is quite valuable on its own. I mean, that's added
Priceless.
value, but it's priceless.
yeah, I was
some
gonna
would say
you can't put a dollar amount on that,
yeah, you cannot.
especially because he's going to borrow money from you.
Yeah.
It's true.
Look, it happens if you're Caelan's friend.
And he'll rate your kids on the
He'll
bean scale.
rate your kids, but and he rolls deep. He'll bring T-Fig and Cow and with him too.
TP Master.
Yeah, and TP Master. So anyway, if you're looking for a companion, may I suggest Ringo? All right, that'll do it for
Parentheses
and Caelan.
and Caelan.
All right, that'll do it for Watercooler. Thank you so much. We'll see you Wednesday for the Patreon show. We love you. Goodbye.